Greetings. In this video, I'm going to run over the basics of the A10 in BRM5. Before you whip out the keyboard and post a comment, a quick disclaimer. All of the information you see here is subject to change. I'm not the best pilot in the game, nor do I claim to be. I do, however, see a lot of A10 pilots making mistakes, and I'd like to correct some of them in the best way I know. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So you've just cracked 5 stars and unlocked the A10. Congratulations. I'm going to assume you know what the A10 is, or at least its place in the game. We'll start by spawning it in, which can be done at the hangars or at the aircraft carrier. Climb up the ladder and get in. You'll be greeted with a heads-up display that shows you the controls with their corresponding binds as well as airspeed, throttle, and fuel. These readings will save your skin, so please pay attention. If you go into first person, the instrument cluster shows your speed, altitude, fuel, landing gear status, artificial horizon, call sign, hull, and ammunition. Check the last two occasionally so you know when to resupply. Currently, the A10 uses keyboard controls that allow for a number of different maneuvers. The WASD controls for pitch and roll are used for banking and evasive maneuvers, whereas Q and E are rudder control, which can help disperse shots in a lateral fashion. H engages your flaps, which are incredibly helpful for extending strafe times, meaning more time to spit out rounds. X is used to reverse your thrust, which is used after landing. Keep in mind that reverse thrust only works at near zero throttle and it has a marginal effect on airspeed. I'd still recommend keeping it off in the air. Getting off the ground can happen in a number of ways, but here's my preferred method. Start both engines one at a time using C and Z in no particular order. If you want to, begin your taxi while the other engine is starting up. Once you reach the tarmac, line it for takeoff and hold your space to increase the throttle. Pitch up your nose by tapping or holding S. Be mindful of your angle attack so that you don't stall. Press G once to retract your landing gear. Once you're in the air, enjoy the view. Your mission as an A10 pilot is Close Air Support, or CAS. Unless you're farming alone or enjoy taking people's fun away, I recommend only intervening when requested. Don't be that guy. As of Nightfall Week 1, the A10 is equipped with its forward-facing 30mm cannon and 1,000 rounds of ammunition. These rounds are incredibly powerful due to their high damage and wide area of effect. The cannon itself has a relatively high amount of spread and limited range. You'll have to get closer and to use it. This can prove challenging when facing sands, more on that later. Due to its limited weaponry, the A10's greatest make-or-break factor lies in positioning. Preparing your strafes will put you and your allies at an advantage. Set yourself up for effectiveness instead of frequency. A10s shine during Ronograd raids when allied troops are overwhelmed and enemy troops are tightly clustered. As such, this will be my example. The most common Ronograd attack vectors are along the streets here and here. Entire waves can be halted by strafing the bridge this way, but don't be that guy. When lining up for a strafe, get some distance from the target. This will give you the most time to prepare. Assuming your render distance is maxed out, you'll be able to make finer adjustments before getting in range. Once you are in range, engage your flaps and fire a few shots to ensure your rounds are on target, then make your strafe. Alternatively, use first person and place your crosshair at this position on the glass. After you finish the strafe, check behind for any missed enemies and report them to your teammates if needed. Disengage your flaps and put some distance between you and the target. If you want to make another strafe right off the bat, either put your aircraft into a minimal radius turn or use my preferred method, which is a roll off the top. This will put your aircraft at a very advantageous altitude. Here's a quick tip. Your rudders are best used for lining up your aircraft to land or make a strafe. If you want to turn, execute a bank in the direction you wish to go by rolling and then pitch up. This is what is called a banking turn. Oftentimes, due to the saturation of enemy infantry, allied troops may not be able to neutralize anti-air weapons before your arrival. While there are currently no aircraft in BRM5 equipped with countermeasures, the A10 has the best chance of evading enemy missiles due to its speed. When locked on by a SAM, you can do one of two things depending on the circumstances. One, if you are delivering a critical strike and time is vital, you can sacrifice your aircraft and continue the gun run. 2, if you have enough distance to evade and have the time to land it for another strike, wave off. Max out your throttle, disengage flaps, and execute evasive maneuvers. You can do this by getting out of range of additional missiles by gaining altitude, leaving the AO, or flying behind hills. If you can fly away long enough, the missile will self-destruct, leaving you unharmed. If your mission is complete or you need to resupply, reset, or make a landing. Landing happens like a strafe in that your aircraft is aligned up with its target. When coming in to land, decrease throttle to a safe level, engage flaps, and lower your landing gear. Once you are over the landing strip, bring throttle down to 0 and put yourself on the ground. The same rules apply to an aircraft carrier, just with more precision. Use reverse thrust to back yourself into the hangar or a storage spot. Resupply if needed by spawning a new aircraft. With practice and mastery of the controls, A-10 pilots are a force to be reckoned with, a guardian angel to any ground units in need. With all this in mind, remember that your goal as an A-10 pilot is to support your teammates, not replace them. Be vigilant, stay safe, and have fun. Thank you for watching.